ទទួលបានពិន្ទុសន្សំភ្លាមដែលអាចបដូរទៅជាសាច់ប្រាក់ត្រឡប់ចូលទៅក្នុងគណនីរបស់លោកអ្នកក៏អាចផ្ញើប្រាក់ទៅកាន់គ្រួសារឬមិត្តភ័ក្តិបានយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សនិងមានសុវត្ថិភាព 100% បងថ្លៃវិក័យប័ត្រផ្សេងទេប្រាក់រវាងគណនីនិងសេវាផ្សេងជាមួយ Eon Wallet Cambodia Eon Wallet Cambodia ងាយស្រួលតើលោកអ្នកកំពុងចង់ពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនដែរឬទេចូលរួមជាសមាជិក CEO Master Club ដើម្បីក្លាយជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកម្ពុជាបានយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សធ្វើអាជីវកម្មតូចទៅជាធំពីលក្ខណៈគ្រួសារទៅជាស្តង់ដារពង្រីកបណ្ដាញការលក់កាន់តែទូលាយលើកកេរ្តិ៍ឈ្មោះក្រុមហ៊ុនឲ្យកាន់តែខ្ពស់និងចូលរួមអភិវឌ្ឍសង្គមកាន់តែខ្លាំងលោកអ្នកនឹងទទួលបានការប្រឹក្សាជាបន្តបន្ទាប់ CEO Master Club ពង្វឹកអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកម្ពុជាធ្វើឲ្យសេដ្ឋកិច្ចក្នុងស្រុករឹងមាំ
នាំមកជូនដោយ Khmer ថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិក្រុមហ៊ុនដែលទទួលបានវិញ្ញាបនបត្រលើស្តង់ដារប្រព័ន្ធគ្រប់គ្រងគុណភាព ISO 9001:2015
បាទដើម្បីចូលរួមកសាងគុណភាពធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិជាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិនិស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានការសិក្សាបន្ថែមលើជំនាញភាសាអង់គ្លេសជំនាញកុំព្យូទ័រជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងនិងជំនាញនិយាយជាសាធារណៈការរកឃើញទេពកោសល្យជោគជ័យពីកំណើតតាមរយៈបច្ចេកវិទ្យាខួរក្បាលលំដាប់ពិភពលោក Red Scan ការធានាការងារធ្វើបន្ទាប់ពីបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅពេលបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់អាចធ្វើការក្នុងតួនាទីជាអ្នកដឹកនាំនិងទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលខ្ពស់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 023ការ៉េ6 999វិជាស្ថាន CEO ខ្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែកម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវ កម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី2ឆ្នាំ2019កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the first round and the second pair of Neak Bontorvein competition for the grade 12 student. So Neak Bontorvein competition is a social media program which is created by CEO Master Club and CEO Institute to provide the opportunity to all the grade 12 students across the country to demonstrate their ability, their talents, and also their public speaking skills through the debate and also through the conversation and dialogue. They can show their perspective, their idea, or their life story, their experiences through the topic that mostly the topic is about the entrepreneurship, the leadership, about the grade 12 student, about the youth, baccalaureate, etc. So for the Neak Bontorvein, we have three types of contests. The first is we have Khmer speaking contest, and the second is English speaking contest, and the third one is we have outstanding or the smart student contest. So I talk about the prize for the Neak Bontorvein. We find the three top winners of the Neak Bontorvein program, and they will receive a motorbike and a 4-year scholarship to study at CEO Institute for Major International Business Management. And also, right now, I would like all of you to click like and share, especially you are also the judge, okay? You're also the judge to give the score for both of them, our contestant today, because your like, share, and vote. So like, share, you can like, share on the poster that on Neak Bontorvein Facebook page, and also for vote, you can click the link above our video live, so you can click and vote for your favorite candidates. So you are the judge for 40 percentages of the total score, and the other we have the judges from our Neak Bontorvein program. Okay, so and also we have two sections. The first section I ask the question to both of them about the topic, and the second section is for your turn. You can join with us and ask the questions through the comment section. Okay, so for today we have two contestants from Phnom Penh city, and also we have Mrs. Yuhiang, okay, LIM YUHIANG. She's a grade 12 student from Paññāsāstra International School, and also on my left side we have Mr. KHENG SOFRAWITH, and Sofrawith he's from Sisowath High School. Okay, so for today we have a very special topic, a very hard topic about does speaking foreign languages makes with Khmer affect our national language. So this is a very interesting topic that we are mostly Cambodian people or the youth, they are really talk about this. And also nowadays the young people, they love to study the foreign languages, and also they often mix Khmer with the foreign language. They often mix two languages together. That is the whole topic that we take it to talk to make a discussion today. So the first question I would like to release to our contestant, to Yuhiang. So before we go deeply into the topic, I want to ask you one question that for your opinion or for your observation, what languages are mainly spoken in Cambodia, and what are the factors that lead Cambodian people to learn all that foreign language? You understand? Okay.
Yes, I
Please.
understand. The most languages that Cambodians spoke most of the time, obviously, is Cambodian language. And the second language, which is English, is common in this generation. So everyone around the world, not just Cambodia, study English language. So especially young people this day in Cambodia, they learn English as their second language in several purposes, like they want to go to abroad or they want to speak with international foreigner from around the world. So my opinion is the most two languages in Cambodia that Cambodian people spoke. First one is Cambodian language, and second one is English language.
Okay, so thank you. She just already mentioned about English is the most the foreign language that we use to speak in our daily life. So this question I would like to release to Mr. Sofrawitth for your observation. What languages that they are mainly spoken in Cambodia, and why they push Cambodian people to learn all those languages? Okay, please.
Before I begin, I would like to clarify the question. You mean as second language or with besides our mother tongue?
Okay, beside our mother tongue.
Okay. Beside our mother tongue, due to my observation as a Cambodian citizen, as a Cambodian student, I would say it would be English for the most because I myself, my friends, and in the community that I live in, we all speak English almost every day. We always practice, we always chat in English, we always speak in English, and we also communicate with other people from around the community, from around the town to other provinces. I also reach to other people from provinces as well throughout English, mostly English.
Okay.
Yes.
English. You hear, beside of English language, do you think we have another foreign language that Cambodian people or the young people they like to learn?
I don't know exactly what they would like to learn, but for me, I would like to learn French as a third language.
Oh.
And maybe Korean, because nowadays K-pop is worldwide. They really popular in young generations. So if we learn Korean too, and we can watch K-drama easily, without subtitles.
And for you, how many languages do you learn nowadays?
I only learned two languages. First one is Khmer language, and the second one is English language.
Okay, about Sofrawitth?
Right nowadays, beside my mother tongue, my native language, I study two extra languages, because the first one is English and the other one is Chinese language.
Okay, so now we would like to go deeper into our topic. At the moment, I just argue around the topic that is about the languages that the young people or Cambodian people they like to study. And also for our topic today is about does speaking foreign languages mixed with Khmer affect our national language? So from right now, I would like to ask for your perspective on the topic. What do you want to show and what do you want to share with us on the topic? Okay, start from Sofrawitth.
Greeting beloved audience, and today I am so happy that I am here with my partner Yuhiang to discuss about the topic, does speaking foreign language mixed with Khmer affects our national language. As you can see, everything comes with a cost. And we always have bad and goods. So today I'm going to mention both sides. The first of all, start with the good ones. First of all, if the effect on our national language, the effects that we have on our national language, the bad side of that is that the more we use it, the more words that we are going to borrow, that we are willing to borrow from foreigners, and the more we borrow from foreigners, the more we know less about our national words or Khmer words. So, for example, if you go around, if I go around, if you go around to ask other people that do you know what Vishu is, and probably our younger generation right now, younger people will do not know what Vishu is. But however, if we ask them, do you know what radio is or radio, they will simply say it's the device that projects sounds and sound wave. And for the second one, if we speak mixed languages with our native language, we will probably hinder the communication communications between people. For example, if you are speaking to a local language, local people, and then you use mixed language, or in other words, foreign language that they are not familiar with. So when you start speaking, after you finish your speaking, they would probably ask you to say it again, or probably ask you to repeat or say in Khmer language. And some other times us as Cambodian cannot even understand our own language as well. For example, people from other region of Cambodia has different accents. So different accents with the same language, but different accents made us a little bit hard to communicate. So imagine if we use mixed language, for example, foreign language, into our national language, then imagine what will it become. And now that's enough for the good for the bad effects. Now let's see what are the good ones. The good one is that it has effects, but it has a very small effects on our language, because first of all, we do it every day. We pick up the phone, we say hello or hello before we say, or sometimes we don't say and a lot of Cambodian parents, the majority of Cambodian parents will send children to English school or other foreign language school that they desire. And I remember my parents say that try to learn English as much as you can, because it is important. It's more important. And the other one is that you can actually use foreign language to be a platform to promote our language. So by using it is that if you speak Khmer to foreigner, then do you expect that foreigners to understand what we are saying, what we are trying to show? So if you mix our language a little bit, they will say that our country is mixed cultural, so it's easier for foreigners to visit us.
Okay.
Thank you.
At all?
That's it.
Okay, so this question I turn to Miss Yuhiang. Yuhiang, what do you think about the people that they like to speak foreign language mixed with Khmer language? I want you to share with our topic today, please.
For this topic, I agree some of the point of David mentioned before. There is a good side and bad side. So for me, it's a no than a yes. Imagine yourself, you speaking languages, you mix the languages. It's not really a fact. Why is not really a fact? Because here in my school, most of the subjects are teaching in English, but my national exam is going to be test on the Khmer languages. So of course, teacher have to mix the languages together, because our school is an international school. So they provide us the English lesson. So when we go abroad, or we plan to go abroad, we can know what is the term in English and the term in Khmer word. So we use the term in English to apply to the English school, and we can use the Khmer term for the national exam, or to know what the Khmer term in the lesson. Yeah, and another point is mixing language. It's not really affect our national languages. It's only affect the people around you. When you communicate with other people, you have to make sure that the word you say is other people will understand what you're trying to explain them, and make they engage into the conversation. So it's really important that you use the right language, transfer the right word, so that the people you communicate with is able to understand you. So it's not really a fact that if you mix language or not. Make sure that the people understand you is all you have to do when you're having a conversation. with other people. And another one about the mixed languages. Normally we use it in the informal way when we talk with your friends or close people around you. So when you mix the languages, people around you might understand you, but look at other people. Some people might not know what you're trying to say. Like I mentioned before, it's really important that people understand what you're trying to explain them. And that is kind of do little effect on the national language when you do a formal presentation to someone else, or you present about your business plan to the investor and you can't get your language clear. So do you think the investor want to invest in your project? So it's really important to have the conversation clearly. Whether you want to mix the language or not mixing the language, just make sure they understand. That is my point.
Okay, so I got your point already. That is all the good idea. So some of words that we have in Khmer, it is available to use in Khmer. But actually, some of the young people, just some, they use it. They don't use our Khmer words in Khmer, but they take the foreign word to use. So for your ideas, what do you think about that? Why we have the word, it is available to use in Khmer, it is not the technical word. Okay, so Sofrawitth first.
Well, for your question is very interesting, and we have there are a lot of answers to the question. However, if you are asking me about this one, now in terms sometimes in terms of pronunciation, people are used to pronounce something like the older generation. They are used to pronounce something, for example, coffee. We call it in Khmer cafe, and then the newer pronunciation is kahe. We call or probably we call coffee is kapai. And if you compare between cafe and kapai, which one suits you better? It's obviously cafe instead of kapai. When you first heard kapai, it sounds a bit weird, but when you heard cafe, it sounds like, oh, it's coffee. That is my point.
Okay, so for you here, some of the technical word that it doesn't have in our Khmer dictionary. So do you think the foreign language can can influence our Cambodian people, or the intelligent people? They can create more new words. Do you think so? You understand my question?
Yes, I do understand your question. Thank you for your questions. For this question, I want to say what is in my opinion only, because I don't know what other opinion might say about that. For me, there's always the words for English to I mean the English word. There's always Khmer word for that. So whether it's clear or not, some foreign language, when you speak it, it's very difficult to explain into Khmer word, but it's still there a word for it. Sure. Just because you not into that word, so you might not interested to find out what the exact word is.
Okay, so at the moment you just read the rest of that. Most of the parents, they send their children to study at the international school, so they push their children to learn English. So do you think that when they concentrate only English learning, can they lose our Khmer language? I mean that they feel they have a problems with our literacy in Khmer language. Do you think so?
It's a depend on people. Some people have a dream to go to another country. Some people have a dream to develop their country. So if a people that they have a dream to develop their own country, like me myself, I would study both in English and Khmer, because I have to have the international investor to
Yeah.
invest into my own country.
Okay.
So yes, it's really it do a little effect, because when you focus more on foreign language, it may seem that you support more international language. It can lose our cultural language too. When we into more foreign language, it's make you feel like you not really interested in your own language. Some people might criticize you, but if you follow your dream, it's okay. It's okay to do based on your plans, because you have plans. You're not doing things that you have no choice to do it.
Okay, so Praveen, at the moment you just already mentioned that when the people they meet each other and they greeting each other by saying hello or hi, they don't use our Khmer word. So do you think, can you tell us about the examples of the influence of the foreign language on Cambodian society and culture? Because the language and culture is going together. So do you think that we learn or the foreign language can affect or influence on our culture?
Oh.
Please. Okay.
Oh, very nice question. But before I begin, can I add something to the previous question?
Okay.
By Yuhiang mentioned, they are all correct. But I would like to add something. Because as you mentioned that our parents send the children to foreign language school, and then would it affect our national language? I would say it does not, because no matter how hard you try to study English, because you still need to spend 12 years in our general knowledge school, public school to be precise, and you need a very good knowledge of Khmer during that 12 years in order to pass the national exam. So no matter how good English you are, no matter how high your IELTS tests are, like 9.0, if you don't have our national exam, our national certificate, then you would probably you cannot go abroad. You cannot learn something. You cannot pursue your dream abroad due to the lack of that national certificate. And to this question, the influence of studying studying foreign language,
Yes.
and then what does it, as you can see, our country are under the colony of French for 90 years. So during that 90 years, all of the document, all of the informations that we have are written in French. So if you do not learn other language, if you do not try to see what the other language, or to understand the other language, then all those documents, all those informations that are written in French or in a foreign language will be there forever, and us as the owner of that document will not understand what the document is written about if we do not study foreign language.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay, so it's turn for Yuhiang. Yuhiang, do you agree with what he just raised up at the moment? Can you, or you have anything to add more? Please.
I agree what David has said. Since the documents written in French, the Cambodian people who doesn't know French would have no idea what our history are about. So it's really important that we understand what our history was in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hello.
This is not a question.
Okay, so for another question, like you also learn two languages or more than two languages. So how can you manage that you can learn it smoothly? Sometimes you learn the foreign languages and you forget Khmer. You have the problem with spelling, with writing, or you have a confusion over the Khmer grammar. So how can you manage that is the balance of that language, foreign language you study, and with Khmer? So I think all of you study more than 2 languages. So can you share? So Yuhiang, please.
What I managed to get my grammars in Khmer and grammars in English right at the same time is I do the practice. Mostly in what I do every day, I use my time to study Khmer. So of course I'm good in grammars in Khmer better than English. So it's when you study Khmer more than foreign language, I don't think it really affect the foreign language that we might know more foreign language than Khmer language. But there is a case because one of my friends in my class, he doesn't know how to write Khmer, and it's because his family want him to go to abroad, support him to go to the English school more than Khmer school. Because of the parent influence the kid. So the kid might not be interested in Khmer like the other kid do.
Yes.
So the important is the kid have to know that they have to, what is important that they have to study Khmer, have to support their own language, their own mother tongue language than foreign language. They have to understand so that they know the value of it.
Okay, so this question turn to Sofrawith, please.
What was the question again?
We talk about the human age. I mean, you study more than 2 language.
I was
Yeah.
now I remember yesterday there's a speaker, a motivational speaker. Can I name him?
Which one?
No, can I name him? Can I?
Okay,
can
please.
I say his name?
Okay, please.
Teacher Sambodan. He is a motivational speaker, and he said to us as a students, he said nobody was born with languages. Nobody was born to be. Nobody was born just to be the perfect guy. Nobody is perfect. You have to practice plus efforts in order to do anything at your best. So my answer to this question is that in order to manage the confusion between foreign language and our national language or native language, is that you have to divide, you have to separate it completely, and then you have to practice each of them. Practice, because nobody is perfect and nobody was born with 3 languages.
Okay. So our first session going to finish right now. So we will meet together in the second session. That I want to mention a little bit that you can, if you have a question, if you have like any questions related to the topic, you can drop your comment down in the comment section at the second section. Okay, so don't forget to click like and share the poster, and also share this video live, okay, because to get more viewers to view our contestant. Okay, so I would like to finish right now and see you soon at the movie. Okay.
នាំមកជូនដោយ campaign ថ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិក្រុមហ៊ុនដែលទទួលបានវិញ្ញាបនបត្រលើស្តង់ដារប្រព័ន្ធគ្រប់គ្រងគុណភាព ISO 9001:2015
តើលោកអ្នកកំពុងចង់ពង្រីកអាជីវកម្មមែនដែរឬទេចូលរួមជាសមាជិក CEO Master Club ដើម្បីក្លាយជាអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកម្ពុជាបានយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សធ្វើអាជីវកម្មតូចទៅជាធំពីលក្ខណៈគ្រួសារទៅជាស្តង់ដារពង្រីកបណ្ដាញការលក់កាន់តែទូលាយលើកកេរ្តិ៍ឈ្មោះក្រុមហ៊ុនឲ្យកាន់តែខ្ពស់និងចូលរួមអភិវឌ្ឍសង្គមកាន់តែខ្លាំងលោកអ្នកនឹងទទួលបានការប្រឹក្សាជាបន្តបន្ទាប់ CEO Master Club ពង្ វឹកអ្នកដឹកនាំធុរកិច្ចកម្ពុជាធ្វើឲ្យសេដ្ឋកិច្ចក្នុងស្រុករឹងមាំដើម្បីកគុណភាពធនធានមនុស្សកម្ពុជាឲ្យកាន់តែខ្លាំងវិជាស្ថាន CEO សូមទទួលស្វាគមន៍សិស្សមកទទួលការបណ្ដុះបណ្ដាលថ្នាក់បរិញ្ញាបត្រគ្រប់គ្រងពាណិជ្ជកម្មអន្តរជាតិនិស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានការសិក្សាបន្ថែមលើជំនាញភាសាអង់គ្លេសជំនាញកុំព្យូទ័រជំនាញទំនាក់ទំនងនិងជំនាញនិយាយជាសាធារណៈការរកឃើញទេពកោសល្យជោគជ័យពីកំណើតតាមរយៈបច្ចេកវិទ្យាខួរក្បាលលំដាប់ពិភពលោក Red Scan ការធានាការងារធ្វើបន្ទាប់ពីបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅពេលបញ្ចប់ការសិក្សានៅវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និស្សិតនឹងទទួលបានជំនាញច្បាស់លាស់អាចធ្វើការក្នុងតួនាទីជាអ្នកដឹកនាំនិងទទួលបានប្រាក់ចំណូលខ្ពស់ព័ត៌មានបន្ថែមសូមតាក់ទងទូរស័ព្ទលេខ023ការ៉េ6 555 023ការ៉េ6 999វិជាស្ថាន CEO ខ្លាយជាបុគ្គលិកពូកែអ្នកដឹកនាំពូកែអ្នករកស៊ីពូកែទស្សនវិសោធន៍ជាមួយអត្ថប្រយោជន៍និងការចាយប្រាក់រៀលពីក្នុងទូរស័ព្ទដៃរបស់អ្នកតាមរយៈកម្មវិធី Eon Wallet Cambodia download កម្មវិធី Eon Wallet Cambodia ទៅក្នុងទូរស័ព្ទ smartphone ដែលឥតគិតថ្លៃបន្ទាប់មកដាក់ប្រាក់ក្នុងគណនីរបស់អ្នកតាមរយៈបញ្ចូល Eon Wallet អ្នកងាយដាក់ប្រាក់នៅគ្រប់ទីកន្លែងគ្រាន់តែមានទូរស័ព្ទដៃអ្នកអាចទូទាត់វិក័យប័ត្រងាយស្រួលនិងរហ័សទោះបីភ្លេចកាបូបលុយក៏គ្មានបញ្ហាជាមួយ Eon Wallet Cambodia អ្នកមិនចាំបាច់ចំណាយពេលក្នុងការស្វែងរកសាច់ប្រាក់ឬរាប់សាច់ប្រាក់នៅពេលទូទាត់ការចំណាយម្ដងរាល់ការទូទាត់វិក័យប័ត្រជាមួយ Eon Wallet Cambodia អ្នកនឹងទទួលបានពិន្ទុសន្សំភ្លាមៗដែលអាចប្តូរទៅជាសាច់ប្រាក់ត្រឡប់ចូលទៅក្នុងគណនីរបស់លោកអ្នកក៏អាចផ្ញើប្រាក់ទៅកាន់គ្រួសារឬមិត្តភក្តិបានយ៉ាងឆាប់រហ័សនិងមានសុវត្ថិភាព 100% បង់ថ្លៃវិក័យប័ត្រផ្សេងទេប្រាក់រវាងគណនីនិងសេវាផ្សេងជាមួយ Eon Wallet Cambodia Eon Wallet Cambodia ងាយស្រួលកម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី2ឆ្នាំ2019កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ
Okay, let's welcome back to the second section. Okay, so I would like this session. If you have any question related to our topic, you can drop your comment below, and I'll take up all your question and then ask our contestants. But before we start, pick up the question from the audience. So I would like to continue my question to both of them a little bit more about talk about most of the young people, they like to speak English or they like to learn the foreign language. We talk about foreign language. Do you think our Khmer language can be loose, or the people in the future, they are the language Khmer dumbing down, meaning they stop speaking Khmer, when they meet together they always speak English? I think it might can happen. So how to prevent that? Okay, that question start from Sofrawit.
The possibility of not using Khmer would there is a possibility. However, if you think about schools, for example, they teach Khmer. So in Khmer school or in public school, we are all of the students are required to speak Khmer during the session, and we have more than 5 hours a week. We have more than 5 hours a week to study Khmer class. So, to my opinion, as long as our public school stands, as long as our Khmer school stands, there will be no problem about omitting our national language or stop using our national language.
Yeah.
And moreover, a lot of people, older generation and this generation and younger generation are also not the majority of them are speaking English or are speaking foreign language. Most of them, the majority of them, are familiar with Khmer. So if they speak the other language that they're not familiar with, then the conversation, I think, they could not understand each other while they talk. So the possibility of omitting our national language and not talking about use it, well, would be really low.
Okay, so for you, Hing, when there are a lot of foreign languages that come to Cambodia, so they make some people the errors in using our Khmer language that lead to dumbing down of Khmer literacy. So for your opinion, how to prevent that? Because in the future, I think it might be happen. Okay.
As David have mentioned, I agree to his point. I think it's not gonna happen. Look at Singapore. They mostly use English all the time, but they still use Chinese to speak with each other in the family. So in Cambodia, most of people here like to use our own languages. So there is no problem that our language will gone. The reason why young people this day want to like to speak English is because they might think that, oh, they have studied English for like 10 years already, or they have learned English for so long. Why not show our potential that we can speak English to other people? Why not show your own ability to speak with foreigners and get the investment or get the opportunity from the other country, from the foreign country?
Okay.
That's what I think.
Okay, most youth they are interested in studying foreign language.
Yes.
Sometimes they go into university and they choose the English major. So for the Khmer literature, so they sometimes they lose the interest in studying in Khmer language. So when the old people they know Khmer literature well and they lose of them. So how can we create the new generation that they know the our Khmer literacy? Okay, so how to solve that problems? How to solve them, how to encourage them to interest in Khmer literature. Okay, that's question start to you here, please.
I think when the young people they encourage themselves or someone, the old people or their parents have to encourage themselves that they have to, we are Cambodian, so why don't we support our country? So when we support our country, so of course we have to keep our language, our traditional language safe. The problems that most young people choose the major in English literature because the West country, mostly the Europe country, they are developed country. So our country is a developing country, so we have to learn things from them to make our own product, not to import a lot from other country. The more we import from other country, we spend more. The government spend more, so we don't have money left to develop our own country. So it's okay. I think it's okay to study English literature to develop our country.
Okay, so how about Sofrawitth, please?
For the people, young people nowadays are choosing English major over literature, over Khmer literature because they do not have the fundamental basis when they are studying in general knowledge school. So now I remember my teacher saying that if you do not understand something, if you try to put it inside your head, or if you try to study it more and more, then the more you try to study it, the boring it becomes. The more the boring it becomes.
Okay.
So Actually, Khmer literature is really fun to study if you know how to study. Because I know a lot of teachers who taught who taught really well in Khmer literature, and honestly, all of us enjoy his teaching about Khmer literature so much that so the problem here is that people choosing English over Khmer. It's because they don't have fundamental basis, and also they do not enjoy do not enjoy it. And the solution to the problem is that I would suggest people to change that idea, just like as you hear said, it's like the perception of them. And one more is that see the value in Khmer literature, because a lot of people abandon Khmer literature because they see the value of English literature higher. However, if you look at Khmer literature, a Khmer scholar a Khmer scholar has a very has brighter future, have also can be a respected person to a lot of Cambodian. And moreover, I would like to suggest that schools also have to change the way you teach Khmer literature, because if people do not like to study it from the beginning, then when they grow up, it's already too late. So we need to change before it's too late.
Okay, so for the other interesting question about you know, we have our own culture, we have our own language. So how I think in the future, if we don't focus on it, if we don't try to learn about it, so it will lose. So how I want to ask you that what are the key elements to ensuring the sustainability of the Khmer language? And so, I mean, what should we do to keep our Khmer language? Okay, how to keep it forever? Okay, sometimes we will lose one day. Okay. So what are the key elements to ensure the sustainability of the Khmer language? The question is to Sofrawith, please.
As I mentioned earlier, during the French colony, 90 years, we almost lost our language. We almost speak French. Everybody knows French during that 90 years. However, we still have scripts, ancient script, and we still have sculpture. We still have sayings on the wall about our Khmer, and we still have notes about our letter. So I think even though it happens, we will not lose our own language, because we have a lot of proof, we have a lot of script, and we also have a lot of information about our language. And moreover, we are studying, every Cambodian must spend 12 years to study their own language. So it would be so hard, or nearly impossible, or probably impossible for our language to disappear.
Okay, so and what about the perspective of you here? What do you think about that question?
To that question, I think Cambodian nowadays, especially the economic, is growing. So Cambodian are showing the country to the world. So we are now growing better day by day. Look at us, young people. We join this competition to compete, to show the world how potential our young people are. So we're fighting to show the world, to inspire the world that we Cambodian are talented too. So I think Cambodian in the future, the Khmer language in the future is not going to disappear, because now young people are fighting to go into global. They not just stay here, despite, because old generation they feel like they defeated by the war and some other stuff. But now they growing back, they learning new languages, new things from all around the world. They make the conversations with the international foreigners to learn about more things to inspire our culture to the other country.
Okay, I would like to turn back to the question that I asked to Sofrawith about, languages and culture going together. So, can you take us any examples of the influence of the foreign language on Cambodian society and culture? Like at the moment, he just read up about maybe greeting. Okay, so do you have any examples or that impact our our culture, the culture of Khmer? Okay, to you here.
The culture of Khmer.
Yeah, like I raised up one point about greeting. Like we don't say chom rip su or susday in Khmer, but we talk only English. Hello, hi, okay. And sometimes we do another action that is North Cambodia. So can you share, for your observation, can you share us any examples about the influence of the foreign language on Cambodian culture? Okay, so you here, start.
I can see that most people don't do the greeting like Chum Riep Suor often in Cambodia right now, but there's still place that they do it, and I think it's because people comfortable with speaking foreign language.
Okay, yes.
So yes, that's why they choose to say hello or greeting as the foreign way, because they comfortable with it. And for the Khmer traditional or culture, I see that young people nowadays, especially in the art, they do a lot of cultural dancing, traditional dancing. They say, and I join a lot of seminar. They do a great dance, and I feel like somehow I want to dance too. I see that Khmer traditional dance is really beautiful. They show every meaning in the dance move. I feel it really interesting, and I hope that young people this day don't go into K-pop so much.
Okay, so Sofrawith, you have any ideas about that question? You can add more, please.
Well, as you already mentioned, is that the language and the culture needs to go together.
Yeah.
However, if according to what I have studied, is that language is one part of the culture.
Yeah.
So if language is one part of the culture, so one small part of the culture.
Yeah.
So with that one small part of the culture, it will not has a lot of impact on our culture.
Yeah.
Well, it's true that nowadays people are really great with somper, we call it Chung Dip Suor.
Yeah.
However, if you look around the community they are in, they are surrounded. For example, I was surrounded by Chinese people, Chinese community. So we don't do greeting. We just go in and call uncle or dad or mom, and then that's it. We don't do Chung Dip Suor Ma or Chung Dip Suor Pu.
Yeah.
So if you're surrounded by the community of foreigners, for example, so your culture will change will change according to where you live. It's not according to what you speak, what language you speak. That's it.
Okay, so we have the other question about from our viewer. We have I see both of you have a great mood, also Khmer language and English language, and when you finish from high school, so what kind of university that you choose to study that they can make your English and also your Khmer language influence? Okay, can you share us a little bit about that? Okay, from Sofrawith.
After my graduation, after my graduation, I am aiming for first of all is English, to continue to develop my English proficiency, and then I can learn a lot of new stuff and come back. come back and develop and help to develop our country. And also, and the other one, I was focusing on business. For if business is successful, there will be a tons of chance and a tons of choices to help in order to strengthen our Khmer culture, our Khmer language.
Yeah.
So this generation, I think it's too late, but it's not too late for the younger generation.
Okay. So for you, Him, can you share us a little bit about that?
For me, after I graduate from high school, I have my plans to go abroad to study tourist in a tourist management. So the reason I choose to study tourist management because I want to build something that show the culture of Khmer, of my country, into the world to see. And of course, I plan to go there and come back to develop my country and transform my imaginations place into the real world to express the culture of Cambodia to attract tourists from other countries to visit Cambodia.
Okay.
That's
Okay, so now it's time for both of you to prepare your question to ask each other. You can ask each other only one question. So Favid, you can ask Yuhiang one question, and Yuhiang also ask the question to Favid as well. So we start first.
Well, I can go first. I can go first.
Okay, so Favid, please.
Well, for the question related to our topic today, what do you think in the future that if we continue to speak mixed language, what do you think is going to happen?
for me. I'm not a mixed language speaker.
Yeah.
So I don't think people nowadays choose to mix the language. Mostly people use it only in a informal way, like I mentioned before, like we talking to the close people around you.
Yeah.
Because some word it's easier to speak foreign language. Sometimes we ask your friend with Khmer, but some word it's easier for your friend to understand in English, like prom. In Khmer, it's called retrace mao song.
Oh yeah.
But people just say that do you want to go to proms? It's easier than do you want to go to retrace mao song? It's your friend is they normally choose the word that easier to understand. Yeah. So even we don't know what we can't explain what the prom is in Khmer. Is that really matter because prom is not our traditional events anyway. It's from foreign cultural events. So it's okay not to know what the word proms in Khmer is. Okay, it's not affect our national language since it's not our traditional event.
Okay.
And so it's time for you to ask Sophia with the question. Yes.
I want to ask you. I haven't know that if you agree to the speaking mixed language or not.
Oh.
That it have any effect on the national language.
Well, actually, as I stated before I began my speech, I said that it does have effects.
Yeah.
Everything comes with a cost. So from driving car, you will pollute the environment. From using paper, you will cut down trees for. So by speaking mixed language, it does comes with a cost. However, is it good or bad? It depends on personal individual views perspective. And to me, I would agree that we can speak foreign language mixed with our Khmer mixed with Khmer, our national language. However, do not use it formally Just use it informally with your friends, with on a daily basis, just as you said.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank for your question that you asked to each other. Okay, so it's time for you to sum up what your perspective on the topic and what you want to share and what you because we are now bringing to the end. Okay, so you can sum up what you have said from the beginning until now. Okay, so it's time for Sofrawith first.
Okay.
Yeah.
In conclusion, speaking mixed language, or you're not gonna mix the language with our national language, it depends on how you see it, individual perspectives. Now, individual perspective, and if you do it for the purpose of entertaining, then I would encourage you 100% to do it. But if you are doing it for the purpose of formal presentation or formal discussion or formal or everything that is formal, then I would not recommend you to do it, and I would say I would forbid you from doing it. And as for the effects, as for the bad and the good ones, they are equal. So the impact of the bad side isn't that high, and the impact of the good side isn't that low. So they are equal, and then it's your choice to use it or not. Thank you.
Okay, so for you, Yuhiang, please.
Overall, to sum up what I have said to this far, I want to say that if you want to mix the language, it's okay. Feel free to be yourself, but make sure the people that you have communicate with understand what you're trying to explain them, and if they understand what you're trying to explain them, you will have to go to deeper conversations, which most of us like to have a deeper conversation with each other, whether it's with our friend, with our family, because we go into deeper conversation, we know more about each other, so it's gain more connection between each others. And for business, I don't think it's really a good idea to speak the mixed language, because business require clarify. So if you not clarify what you're going to do in your project or your plans, it will affect your work. So it's not going to make it fluently or well during your presentation to the investor or your customers. That is my point.
Okay, thank you, both of you. So now bring to the end of our discussion for the topic, does speaking foreign languages mixed with Khmer affect our national language? So what I want to suggest all of you is what my perspective. I just want you to learn the Khmer literacy, and you trying to know about Khmer literature more, okay? Because even you learn many more language, learning foreign language is good for you, but actually you have to know about Khmer as well, both writing and speaking. You have to know it well. Okay, so don't forget to click on the link and vote for your favorite candidate, and also to bring them to move on the next round. Okay, so now bring to the end, and see you in the next pair of our competition. Okay, thank you.
AO3
កម្មវិធីប្រកួតប្រជែងយុវជនអ្នកបន្តវេនសិស្សថ្នាក់ទី12ទូទាំងប្រទេសរដូវកាលទី2ឆ្នាំ2019កម្មវិធីនេះសហការរៀបចំដោយវិទ្យាស្ថាន CEO និង CEO Master Club ឧបត្ថម្ភធំដោយធនាគារឯកទេស Eon Cambodia PLC សហការឧបត្ថម្ភដោយធនាគារអភិវឌ្ឍជនបទក្រុមហ៊ុន Campaign ឆ្នាំពណ៌ជាតិ